Hey there. This is Jessica with Peterson SEO. I spoke with Patsy a little bit earlier today, and she accepted this video on behalf of the marketing team at Assured. And so I'm super excited she did because I'm going to go through 3 strategies your team can start applying right away, and it's going to make a significant impact in your business. And I know that it will because we've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys. And it's making a huge impact in their business. Right now, you only have a couple people landing on your website organically every month. And of those people landing on your page, these are people specifically looking for you guys by brand name. So you're actually missing out on thousands and thousands of actual searches every single month in Houston. You're missing out on the 90% of people who don't know who you are and the 60 to 70% of available jobs every month because you don't have these strategies in place. And so today we're going to talk about your content keyword strategy, your citations, and backlinks. Okay. Um, so we are here on your website. I am happy to see that you have a click to call button here, which is good. You definitely need to have a form up on top as well, because once you do get people to your website, you want them to be able to convert. Your customers are not going to search for information. They're not going to scroll your page to find your form that's on the bottom. And you only have seconds to capture them. So we've found when you have a click to call at the top and a form up here, we see 80% increase in conversions. Now, when it comes to actually ranking your website and bringing that traffic, Google doesn't rank websites based on appearance. It is based on content. So you need a lot of content. You need the right type of content. Now, Google requires a separate page for each of the services that you offer. Right now, you just have a generic services page. That does not work. Google requires a separate page, so each page is hyper focused on that one service offering. What your processes are, questions people ask about that service, and allows you to hyper focus on the local keyword for that service. Okay. And if you're servicing multiple different service areas, if you're not just serving Houston, okay, then you need to have separate service area pages as well, so you can focus that entire page on your services for that specific area. As I mentioned, 90% of people who search don't know who you are yet, so they're not going to be searching for your brand name. They are searching for the service they need. So that could be water damage restoration Houston, fire damage restoration Houston, mold removal Houston, bathroom remodeling Houston. Okay, they are searching for the actual service they need. Your homepage, your entire website needs to be focused around those local keywords. Now, this homepage here is the most critical page of the website because it's supposed to tie the entire website together, all of those pages. So this homepage needs a mini summary of all of your major services focused on those local keywords. And all the videos and images on your website also need to be optimized for local keywords. So we can see here, this is your brand name. It is not actually optimized for your services. So we want to make sure everything on your website is optimized for the local keywords people are actively searching for your service. This homepage also needs at least 1,500 words of content or more. If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you need more than they have. Okay, so you need a ton more content here. You need to actually have a keyword strategy, because Google is sending crawlers, which are mini robots, to your website, and it's scanning all of your pages, all of your videos, images, and written information to learn about who you guys are. What type of services do you offer, and where do you offer those services? And so when you don't have the right content, you don't have a content or keyword strategy, you don't have service pages or really any real mention of where you serve, it is impossible for Google to index you for keywords or send people to your website. Okay? So right now, your top competitor for water damage in Houston is SERVPRO. And yes, they are a franchise, but they are beatable. You're not competing against an entire franchise, only the local franchisees, and each one only gets a handful of zip codes. Now, these franchisees, unfortunately, get these generic pages that they're not allowed to really modify. They can't go after their own content and keyword strategy. This is all controlled by the franchise. And they get a lot of duplicate information, which Google doesn't like. So all you have to do is better. You have an advantage. You can have as much content as you want. You can modify that content. You can have a keyword strategy. So we need more content than they have. Better quality content, more dialed in keyword strategy, more repetition of those keywords, more long form blogs, more pages, etc. All of those things are going to set you up to not only be more competitive, but to eventually have the opportunity to outrank these guys. They are absolutely beatable. Now, when your customers do a search, we know they'll do a search similar to this. And when they do, there's three main areas on Google that your website has the opportunity to be in the top parts for, okay? The first are generally going to be ads. Those are your cost per click ads like these, and even local service ads. And these can be lucrative if that's what you want to do, but you do have to have the right strategy. Yeah, you do have to have the right strategy, but you have to have the right foundation set up. You have to have the right landing pages. You don't want to just send people from ads to your main website because they're not going to convert, okay? And it's just a waste of ad spend. Now, these next two sections here, this is where the bulk of search traffic comes. So this here is the Google Map Pack. You want your business to be in the top 3 search here. So you're one of the 3 companies that are being called. If you're not in the top 3, you're leaving 30% of your revenue on the table and quite literally handing your customers to your competition. So in order for your profile to show up here, you do need to optimize that profile and get a bunch more citations. And citations are simply listing the name of your business, your address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like the Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Angie's, Home Advisor, House. Even social media profiles are citations. So you need more of those than your competitor has, okay? And that will help you in getting into this map pack. And then this third section here, this is your organic section. This is where majority of people come. 60 to 70% will skip ads, they'll skip the maps, and they come right here. So when you're not one of these companies here, you're leaving 60 to 70% of the jobs every single month on the table. So in order for your website to actually show up here, it all comes back to the foundation of this website. Is it properly, I'm sorry, that's not your website, of your website. Is it properly designed with the right content and keyword strategy? Okay. And then are you supporting that strategy with backlinks? Now, this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to show how your website is performing. And we can see here, you guys have a rating of a 0.2 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow. So Google does not trust your website. And yes, it does have to do with the quality of your website, but it also has to do with the power you're sending to your website. Your website is a tool, and like all tools, or at least most of them, they require power. So we send power to our website using backlinks. So we need a lot of backlinks. We do need more than our competitors have, okay? But not all backlinks are created equal. You don't want to go after just any high ranking site like a Burger King or Pizza Hut, because you don't serve food. They won't help you. They'll actually do more harm than good. So we only want to go after good quality links that are closely related to the services that you're offering, okay? And those will typically come from other websites of other home service businesses, related vendors, and directories, etc. Okay? So when you get more of those good quality links, this score is going to increase. When Google's trust increases, it promotes your website higher and will also help you to rank your keywords. You don't really have any content on your website. You've only been indexed for 3 keywords. So you're only getting 18 people to your site. And those are specifically people researching you guys. Okay, these are people looking for you specifically. So over 90% of people don't know who you are yet. Okay, now when we look at your competitor, this specific location has a low score here, which makes sense because they're not doing any SEO. There's no point in doing it for them because they can't fix the problem. So this isn't going to work for them. But because the main website has this much power at a 76, it is able to push the power back to each of these franchisee location pages. Okay? And because of that, they are able to rank. They are able to get keywords indexed and drive traffic. So they got a lot more keywords, and this one franchisee location, this isn't all of them in Houston, this is one location, is getting over 1,900 people to their website every single month. And when you look at where it's coming from, we can see these are the local buyer intent keywords for their services. We can see they are ranking, okay, their position. Here, there's 10 spots per page on Google. And these keywords have a ton of traffic. So just water damage by itself in Houston has thousands in traffic. And the higher you rank in the organic section, the more of that traffic you can capture. You can capture over 37% or more of that traffic just being in the highest position. Okay? So again, yes, SERVPRO is beatable, but not without applying these strategies that I've just shown you. So please feel free to take this information, run with it, apply it yourself, and start helping more people in your community. But if you'd rather focus on what you do best and have a partner in growth at Peterson SEO, this is our specialty, and we specialize in working with restoration companies just like you guys. So please feel free to reach out, ask any questions you might have, respond back to my email, give us a call, and we will be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.